Okay, we're live. Welcome everybody to the Azure and AI Show. With me today is Dan Ray, MVP from Chicago, USA, and myself, Frank Falvey, here in Cork and Ireland. And today I'm going to do some stuff with Copilot and Microsoft 365. So I'm going to show you some Word and PowerPoint, but the topic we're going to use is what is artificial intelligence, and we're going to get the artificial intelligence to tell us about it, and we'll kind of verify it. And Dan, you're going to show us some stuff about the new stuff on LinkedIn. What's
Yeah,
that?
yeah. There's three new games that they just launched, and we can do a whirlwind tour of what those games are and how to find them and how to engage in them.
Okay. So, as I say, I'm going to do some stuff there. I'm just going to copy and paste this out for a second. And we're going to go into Word in Copilot. Okay, so if you want to use Copilot on M365, you need to have obviously a Microsoft M365 license, and then you have to get a separate license then for Copilot. I think I have it here. Yeah, so if you want, I think it's $20 in the US, is it Dan? Yeah, you have to get Copilot um, Pro. So this is it here.
Yep.
So it's actually 22 euros here in Europe, $20 in the US, I think then.
Yep.
Yep. So we'll just go over here to my account here, and I'm just going to open up a Word document, a blank one. So for those that don't know how to use Copilot in Word, so up here on the top right-hand corner, we've got Copilot, you can see that. And right next to it is Designer, which is another AI tool that Microsoft uses for uh, images. Um, so just, I'm going to click on the Copilot here, and you'll see on the right hand side, we're going to get some options that we can actually use. So Copilot says I can chat, respond to your questions, and help you writing and summarizing this document, right? Here are some things you can try. Ask a question, and then down the bottom is a box here where you can actually type in stuff that you want to generate for Copilot. So the other thing there, the square box on the bottom is view prompts. So everything is kind of prompts. What you put together is what you get out of it. So I'm just going to click on that just to show people. So it's ask me view more prompts. So you just view more prompts just to give people an idea what the prompts are. So prompts from Copilot Lab: brainstorm funny names, summarize a document, understand quickly, list the prompts. But down here you can see all prompts. Okay, so it'll just bring us to this just to give you an overview. So there is loads of prompts here if you want to kind of think for emails or images, creating a presentation, quiz. But up in the top here we've got drop down window for apps. So if you want to use PowerPoint, and over here then you got a category, so you can click on that. So we click on create, because PowerPoint, you create presentations. So this kind of gives you create a vacation presentation, create a presentation about Hawaii. So that's kind of just a kind of overview of the prompts. But we'll just go back to the Word document here, and over here in the main body of it here, we got a small little symbol for the Copilot. So if you want to click on that, I'm just going to do it here. It'll give you kind of draft with Copilot. So it says in the box here, describe what you'd like to write, including notes or an outline, and Copilot can generate a draft to help us understand. So as I said, we're going to ask the AI, what is artificial intelligence? And we'll hit generate and we'll see what Copilot is going to give us back. So it's pulling things together. Okay, so it's giving us a paragraph there. So artificial intelligence, 1 second now, it's obviously artificial intelligence is huge, so it's giving us a lot of text. So it's just finished up there. So we'll just go back to the top of it. So artificial intelligence, an overview, an AI assistant. I'm not sure, Dan, was there somebody joining us there? No. Okay, so the paragraph, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, brackets AI, is the field. 1 second now, and we'll just blow this up so people can see a bit better. So 150. You see that okay, Dan?
Yep, that works.
Okay, I can bring it up a bit higher, or that's okay.
That works. It's pretty
Okay,
good.
so I'm not going to read the whole lot out, but we'll just give this paragraph here. Artificial intelligence in the field of computer science that aims to create machine and systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as reasoning, learning, decision making, perception, and natural language processing. AI can classify into two broad categories: narrow AI and general AI. Narrow AI refers to systems that can perform specific tasks such as face recognition, speech recognition, or chess playing. General AI refers to systems that can exhibit human-like intelligence across a wide range of domains, such as understanding, reasoning, and creativity. General AI is still a hypothetical and inclusive goals for AI researchers. So that definitely sounds to me what artificial intelligence is, but I see or I hear people saying that anything that it generates before you publish it out to the public or wherever, make sure you read it and everything is what it says it is. So it's giving us the history of it there as well, like the terms artificial was coined by John McCarthy in 1956. So artificial intelligence is around a long time now, 1956. And we know Alan Turing from 1951. So yeah, this is the applications of artificial intelligence, as we said, image recognition, object identity, face, scenes, emotions, and imaging. So it's given us a lot of stuff like natural learning processing, machine learning, computer vision, robotics. So artificial intelligence is just going to be incredible in the next couple of years. So this is the bottom part of it then of the word part. So if you want to keep what it actually generated, you can hit the keep button, or if you want to get it to regenerate. So we'll just get it regenerated, and or you can ask your questions here as well, for example, and make more concise. So you can write something in here, but I'm just going to refresh it and see what Copilot drafting will actually give us back. Will it give us back something totally new? The paragraph at the start is totally different. Okay, how does artificial intelligence work? So it's giving us a total different spin on it this time than what we had the first time. So we'll just go back to the start. Okay, so as you see, it's a totally different paragraph. The first time it says that an AI assistant made it, but this time it left that out. A brief overview of the concept, method, and use of artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's still kind of told us the same thing. It was learning, decision making, perception, natural learning, language processing. So, how does artificial intelligence work? There's no single simple answer to how our AI works, as different AI systems use different methods and techniques to achieve their objectives. However, some of the most common and influential approaches are machine learning, neural networks, expert systems. So the next part then, it kind of gives what are some applications of artificial intelligence, and healthcare being one of the big ones, where it's going to help diagnose diseases, recommend treatment, monitor patients, analyze medical images, discover new drugs, and assist in surgery. So looking at it from the last few months, I've been reading about AI. Healthcare seems to be one of the big ones that's up there. The next one then is given us on the list, education. Education can help personalize learning, assist students, provide feedback, tutor, create adaptive and interactive learning environments. So that's very good. And the business part, I won't read a whole lot of it so people won't get bored. So entertainment, so games, movies, music. Then we've got security, which is a big one as well, help detect and prevent cyber attacks, fraud, spam, and malware. And then you got the social good, can help address global challenges such as poverty, hunger, climate change. So it gives us the option down here, do we want to bin it or keep it? So we'll just keep it for now. And I can just go over, because I've kept that now, right? So we know what's there, I just went down it. So I can just ask it, click, see, it's given us another one over here on the right hand side. So summarize the document. So if you didn't want pages and pages of stuff, you can just open up the document, come over here to the right hand side and get Copilot to summarize it. So I'm just going to click on that and we'll see what it actually gets. You can see there, working on it. It's after scanning the document, it's pulling things together. So it's kind of giving us a few bullet points. We'll just wait on the finishes now and we'll. Okay, so it's given us 6 references. So you can just hit the drop down menu here, and these are the 6. So one is artificial intelligence, and the other one then is narrow AI, refers to systems. That's a bit small to read there now. So it's given us 6 references, and if we want, we could just copy that, put it on copy, clipboard, come back over to my document over here so that we can just paste it in here. So we'll see what. Okay, so it's after, here's a summary of the document. So as you can see, it's just given us 3 sections. So definition of AI and its categories in the field of computer science that aims to create machines and systems that can perform tasks and normally required by human intelligence. AI can be classified into narrow AI and general AI depending. So that kind of just chop down what we actually have, summarized it basically. So, and the one below here, then applications of AI in various fields in industry. And first one that comes up again with healthcare, education, business, in the same one after the other. And the last one, social good. So that's a brief overview of Copilot with Word on what is artificial intelligence. So I'm just going to go back over to our PowerPoint, and we'll see. So down here on the left, we got PowerPoint. So I'm just going to open up a blank one, and we'll see what our Copilot is up here on the top right-hand corner again. So I'm going to click on that one. So we're just still waiting for the presentation to load. So I'm going to hit the Copilot again, and it's going to open up here on the right-hand side again. Okay, so it's given us, I can chat, respond to questions, and help you draft your presentation. Here are some things you can try. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a presentation. So I'm just going to click on this one, create a presentation, and down in the bottom here, this is the prompt area. So create a presentation about, and as I said, we're asking the AI about the AI. So what I'm going to do is put in here, what is artificial intelligence? So we're going to click on the send button here, and we're going to see what Copilot brings us back. At the start, it was given 4 or 5 slides, where I see that Microsoft is after working on it all the time now. And last week, I done a presentation, and it gave me back 17 slides, which I was really impressed. So they're working on it all the time and improving it. So in a year's time, this Copilot could be very exciting. So what are we after getting? Okay, so we got 15. Yeah. So 17 last. So here we've got so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the slideshow, because usually the first introduction slide it can be quite cool. So, okay, welcome to what is artificial intelligence. So we go to next slide. Okay, so I can't actually see the text, so sometimes it needs a bit of work.
A black background.
Yeah, so
I wonder if that's from, yeah.
Yeah, so if I get rid of that, I need to into design, I think, Dan, is it?
Yeah, you also want to give them a thumbs down with the Copilot pane, because that lets them know that something didn't work.
Okay, yeah, so
let them
as
know.
Dan was saying there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. So
that goes directly to the Microsoft product group.
Yeah, so you can see here in the middle of the screen, yeah.
Black on black text didn't work real well.
Yeah. So
that counts as a contribution, Frank, for MVPs.
Oh, yeah.
This is interaction with the product group for Copilot.
Black background. Not work. Go back. Wait. Black, Grou. Did I spell that right?
I think so.
Yeah, D.
Ground.
Black.
Yeah, there you go. Background. There you go.
Yeah, did not work with the black. So anybody that's listening, give them the thumbs down if something goes wrong so they can work on it to make it better in the future. So I'm just submitting that. So now that I changed the design and I clicked on the top one up here, give it a white background, you can see, we'll just go back up to the start. It's so on the second one, I'm just going to hide this here and try and move up there's normally the
slide notes.
The notes, speakers notes. Here we are. Can you see them there?
Yep.
Yeah. So this PowerPoint and that Copilot just put together, and it gives you speakers notes and everything. So we say right next to Copilot, then you've got Designer inside here, which actually works very well. You know, so if you want to change around this particular slide, you can click on the Designer here, and it didn't load anything for some reason. Okay, we'll try that again. I have the slide highlighted. Is there something else that needs to do with that?
That's typically all you need to do for Designer. It might just be that it doesn't have any additional Designer recommendations on it.
Maybe I have to click out of the Copilot. Maybe hit Designer.
Yeah. It's not going to hurt.
No. Learn more. No, it's bringing me to a different page. I'll just go to another slide. Here we go. It's working in the other slide for some reason.
Yeah. It seems to be based on the slide that it finds. So maybe the slide that Copilot created for 2, maybe it didn't have any additional.
Okay, I'll just go back to that one there again. We just see. No, it didn't do for that one.
And I don't see a thumbs down, but sometimes you can even just send in like a screenshot of what's happening.
Yeah. So I'll just go on to this one here anyway. So this is Designer here on the right hand side. So if you wanted to move your slides around if you want a picture over on the left hand side, here we go. So it's quite cool. Or if you want to search from pictures from Bing and bring them in, you can do that as well. So we'll go back to the slideshow again. I've seen that our background is gone from the beginning. So yeah, that actually looks way better now, even though the text is white.
Yeah, the text probably needs to either be moved or change colors, or it had that like gray background before.
Yeah. So there's a small bit of tweaking to be done. So we'll just move on to the next one. This one looks fine. Presentation overview, artificial intelligence definition, history, applications of AI. So it's pulling together what is artificial intelligence, types of AI. As we were saying there, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing. So yeah, so here's your kind of supervised learning. This is kind of a topic I kind of done a lot of in the past, machine learning. So I might do some more of this maybe next week if anybody is looking to learn stuff about machine learning. So supervised learning is where a machine is trained on labeled data. So like labeled data is like, say, something like spreadsheet, all your columns are named like dates and year and somebody's name or wherever. So that's the label data, and one below then unsupervised data. That's just stuff that's just dumped in there, pictures, movies, anything, Word documents, wherever. So that's your unsupervised one. Deep learning, introduction to deep learning, subset of machine learning and neural networks. So we won't kind of drill down into the too technical now that we're just kind of going through the actual PowerPoint. So next one, natural learning process. So that's our chatbots and sentiment analysts. So it's kind of covering everything, even though it's giving us 15 slides. So there's telling us the history of it again. 1956, it's been around since. And there are 3 areas: expert system machine learning, deep learning. Okay, Dartmoor Conference, just the birth of AI. So yeah, 1956. I didn't realize it was that far back, but there we go. AI Winter. This is new to me. 1970s and 1990s. Real world applications. Okay, so maybe some of the text might need a little bit of work here. It's kind of after going over into, let me just go back to that one. Yeah, this one just needs maybe resize the text to go down to 28. Okay, so slideshow. So we were down to 11 AI applications, and healthcare is always highlighted in the top by AI. So there we go. AI medical imaging. Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ones. I heard of a hospital here in Dublin they're using AI imaging to kind of triage all their images so they can pull out ones that need attention quick, and even though it's using AI, they still use humans to go in afterwards and say, yeah, there's definitely a problem with this one, we'll work on that one first. So that's that one. Okay, finance, fraud detection, AI risk management, and AI in investments. I think you were doing a bit of stuff on that then there recently with the Copilot, getting to do all the stock market stuff.
Yep.
That's cool.
Playing around with that.
Transportation, so autonomous vehicles and traffic optimization. So it's kind of covering everything. There's our conclusion. AI transformation is a powerful tool that has the potential to transform many different fields, from healthcare, finance, security, transportation, and ethical, social, and economics. So that's kind of the presentation. Second now. So I'll just go back to where we had our Copilot again, and we can just see the other few things that it can actually do. So first of all, it gave me create a slide. So now it can do other stuff like summarize the presentation, organize the presentation. You can rearrange the slides or whatever, or you can ask questions about the deck. You can also get it to put in other slides, create a presentation. Okay, so I don't see the one. They used to have one there that you can put in another slide, but obviously they changed it.
Yeah, they've got a page copilot.cloud.microsoft/prompts now. And I don't know if it's in the Pro version as well as the Microsoft 365 version, but that gives you all sorts of different prompts.
Yeah, I have them here in this one. This one,
Yeah.
you mean, Don?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Copilot Lab, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a list of prompts that I think you can categorize, by product. And so there's more than 3 there, but you have to go find that or have
so
that.
I picked the PowerPoint one and create. So it's given us create a presentation, generate ideas. It's given us quick tips down here. But they did change the one from the add a new slide.
Yeah.
So I'll just put in here add a new slide with machine learning. Actually, there's one on Azure, so I'll ask it to put in the Azure Machine Learning. So they have an Azure Machine Learning Studio. So we'll just see what our Copilot is going to give us on Azure Machine Learning. So looking over things, and it'd be interesting to see where they'll actually put it in. Will it put it in? Okay. Azure Machine Learning is a cloud-based platform for building, training, and deploying machine learning models at scale. So it just gave us the slide. No picture. So we need to. You could go to designer. Maybe. And just design your own and put it in there. Any ideas, Dan? Didn't give us a picture.
Yeah, there is a way to insert photos from online. I'm not sure if there's a way to easily, tell it to add a photo, but you could try. Maybe add a photo from, Microsoft Azure or machine learning.
See if we just get it to.
Some things that haven't worked have told me how to do it in PowerPoint, which is better than if you don't know how to insert a photo, just being, in the dark.
Yeah, it's do you know, if you just kind of on the fly, just do stuff,
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add can you add a picture about Azure Machine Learning to this slide?
Perfect.
So you need to kind of know with the prompts that you have to kind of tell it to do something, and you wanted it in a particular style, or it doesn't know where do you want to put it. You want to give it a new slide or add it to this slide. You have to kind of think outside the box kind of a bit.
Yeah, the more specific you can be, usually the better. And then is it just giving you the
so yeah. Sorry, that's not included in the image library. So we'll give that a thumbs down there.
There you go.
And did it say it's so the image library does not images about Azure machine learning. So submit. So that might help them to get some stuff on that.
Definitely.
So then that's my stuff on the artificial intelligence with Copilot, Word, and PowerPoint.
Excellent.
So I'm leave it over to you, and
Let me see if I can share my Chrome tabs here. It looks like it wants me to share them individually, which should work. So we can start with this. So linkedin.com/games, they have introduced 3 games that you can now use with LinkedIn. Pinpoint, Cross Climb, and Queens are the 3 games. And I tried all 3 of these out today. I'm using a alternative account here so that they haven't been played, so you can see what they look like. Cross Climb, you can start the game, and it explains how the game works. You're coming up with, I think it's 4 or 5 words that have 1 letter difference, and you get a clue to the word that you're guessing. You then reorder them so they're in a order that only changes 1 letter at a time. And then at the end, you're going to have a question and word at the top and the bottom that I believe form a phrase typically. And so our first is opposite of the future, which we can guess past.
Yeah.
Past. Defensive structure. And we're thinking about something that potentially changes only a couple of the letters here. So this could be post, which changes only 1 letter. There's all sorts of other things that could be USB, and then we're looking for 4 letters, slot that a thumb drive goes into. I'm assuming slot, 12 inches is a foot. And then put content on LinkedIn maybe. And this could be post. So post is not the word up here. We can guess again here. Defensive structure, fort.
Yeah.
And then what we do is we highlight the words and we can move them around so that we're only changing 1 letter at a time. We've got one that's not correct here. USB port. And then we can put that up here. And then we can get to fort. And then once you get all these correct, you're going to get the guess for the top and bottom row. And these are the first word of the phrase, maybe at the bottom as a warning. And it's a 2-word term for a certain restaurant industry. These are in order, fast, food.
Okay.
You get all that done, you end up completing it. You get 1 opportunity to play the 3 games each day. They're tracking how universities are doing. You can share this with others, and you can play the other 2 games. So I discovered that it's come out this week, and was something fun to do this weekend. It looks like there's somebody from LinkedIn who is in charge of the games that LinkedIn is making available, so you can follow or connect with Paulo. And then the other thing, Frank, that I was playing around with recently, and I signed up for a month, debating about whether I'm going to use my next month for HeyGen, was the ability to create video avatars. So in situations where maybe I want to make an announcement or mention something about LinkedIn games, but don't feel like I'm camera ready or in the mood to do a video based on where I am, I can come in here to HeyGen, use one of my artificial intelligence generated avatars, and then I can actually go in to create either AI studio projects and decide whether those are portrait or landscape. Type in a script, and then from there, it looks like I have GPT as a script writer, or the ability just to type in what I want.
You're not sharing that screen now, then, eh?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is the benefit of it being per tab, I guess. Let's go into the HeyGen AI spokesperson video creator tab, and now you can see this one.
Yeah.
We start with heygen.com or heygen.ai, log in, and then from here we have an AI studio. I have created 2 video avatars. I can create a third, and then I can also create AI generated scripts. And then by editing the scripts, I can have this say whatever I want to. Azure and AI Show. Today, Frank Falvey spoke about Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 and demonstrated Copilot in Word, if I can spell Copilot correctly, in Word and PowerPoint. Dan Ray showed us games in LinkedIn and HeyGen video avatars. Then I can see how long that is going to take to generate. Under submit, I can submit as 4K if I have certain licensing. Why do you think the script is empty? Let's highlight this script block. Then it loads my voice and it goes ahead and creates my video. And based on how long the video is, decides how many credits I'm using. So I'm using a half credit for this. I can see that the video is going to be under 30 seconds. It's probably around 15, 16 seconds. So I can submit. And then I can also do personalized videos as well with this. So if you've ever had situations where you want to customize something for different uses, but you don't want to have to record 15 different types to send these out and maybe thank different communities or different people, the personalized video would be an option too.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've been playing around with this. I have to decide, Frank, if I want to renew. You get 30 credits per month. You lose them at the end, so they reset.
Okay.
And I've got 5 days to do some personalized videos to either use for different conferences we have coming up, or the Azure and AI Show and Journey to the Cloud and other things. Not sure from a licensing perspective if they're going to do anything to allow others to join in, like the team concept we have with both StreamYard and Restream. But these are interesting tools that we can use for generating AI content.
And can you download these onto your own machine then and keep them for the future even if
Yeah.
you
So I have the ability to download the videos and then play back the videos or upload them to where I want to use them. And then the portrait mode would be good for if I were using this on, say, TikTok or any platform, Reels for Facebook, the Shorts for YouTube, and it can do portrait mode as well. This one where I'm wearing the plaid shirt was portrait to begin with, but it can also create a portrait mode out of either of those videos. It's just going to be a matter of how it crops them. So it's been interesting to maybe think about, I want to say things a little differently if I'm on TikTok versus Facebook versus YouTube. Maybe I want to acknowledge different people. Maybe I have different messages that I want to send. So the messages become available, and then I have the ability to use those as they've been created.
So we'd say if you wanted to send something to somebody in Spanish or French, does it give you an option to change that? Or
good question. I believe the AI Studio allows me to create in different languages as well. So if I went into the AI Studio, add a script, pick my avatar, so we can do this one. And then come down to script. Looks like here I've got language and voice. But we could see if we can just change it to Spanish. It thinks that's Spanish, or now it thinks it's another language.
that looks like the Brazilian flag, is it?
Yeah, I believe so. So that might be Portuguese that it thinks. Now it thinks I'm in Italy. Y está en los Estados Unidos. My spelling is atrocious.
Hola amigos. Me llamo Daniel y está en los Estados Unidos.
So that sounds Spanish, but it's somebody else's voice. Not sure if I can do it in my voice.
Hola amigos, me llamo Daniel y está en los Estados Unidos.
That's a better Spanish accent than I have.
Very good.
But yeah, some really interesting things. Then I can add text to, it looks like my slides as well. So if I had like a use case for this, it's, launching LinkedIn games for the platform or something else as a message, I can put in text and do some customization around the avatar use. And, early days again. So something that we could look at in future episodes, definitely AI generated. And then you can also use photo avatars or other features as well. So
yeah.
Like there's a lot of things coming to it as well. The original trials allowed you to upload your first video avatar. It looks like now they have a paid subscription requirement for your own video avatars, but then you can still kind of test typing in a script and having one of the default public avatars used as part of a video that you want to announce something or make something available on the platform. So it's pretty neat.
It is cool.
And it looks like we've got at least 5 places we're going live today, Frank, because I added 2 to your 3. So we've got at least one Facebook. I'm live on my Facebook, I believe, my LinkedIn, your YouTube, and your Twitter.
Yeah, it's I see when you go into LinkedIn and you see the analytics, it's kind of gradually growing all the time,
Yeah,
the hits.
I would
Um,
agree.
so we have a few people, have we, on the chat that joined us?
Yeah, it looks like we have 16 live on your channel, Frank, and then we've got some comments here as well.
Oswald.
Yeah.
Good evening, Oswald. Let's show him up there on the screen. Thanks for joining us, Oswald.
I did sign up for a 30-day trial for Copilot Pro using one of my other accounts. So it looks like this account should have Copilot Pro in it. Frank, did you end up doing the monthly Copilot Pro or a trial?
The monthly.
Okay.
I signed up for, yeah. I find I'm using it now every week, definitely.
Yeah, this change is an interesting one where they have add a slide about in certain cases. This is because I don't have a presentation open yet, I think.
Okay.
But then once it's open, I don't think you have the add a slide about. You have other options once you've created slides. So if I wanted to add a slide about LinkedIn games, let's see what that ends up generating for us. And this is now a 30-day trial. So I picked one of my other personal accounts and I'm able to create the slide for us. So we could say, create a presentation about LinkedIn games and see if it's able to maybe riff off this because it may not be aware of what LinkedIn games are.
So that 30-day trial is only just a new thing I see popped up, isn't it?
Yeah. I was surprised. I thought I'd have to pay the $20 again, but when I went to sign up for it with a different account, and it could be that I was using an account that never had, the trial or the paid license in the first place. But here we go. It's benefits of playing games on LinkedIn, power of play. So it keeps it kind of generic. And then there's coding intelligence.
The black background again, Dan?
Yeah, I noticed that too. But this time it looks like it picked the right the right text color.
Yeah, I went to design. If you click on design. Okay.
Oh yeah, let me check that out. Let me stop sharing here and go back into StreamYard so I can share my screen. Let's just share the whole screen. That might be easier than having to switch between stuff. So we can, instead of showing slides, we should be able to go back to PowerPoint. Looks like we're logged in as the right account, so we should be able to go to this presentation, which is probably the one we just created.
Yeah.
And then if we go to design, I should be able to switch this. We'll see if it figures out the colors. It looks like it's not doing the greatest job of figuring out how to make sure the color doesn't bleed into the background. But if I moved things around, we could probably address that.
Yeah, you still have the dark background on all of them.
Yeah, but it did like a dark background, and then some places it's looked like it's moved the graphic in the wrong spots because of probably the themes that I chose. So I don't know if I can do the back undo or not, or just pick a different theme to see if it makes any correct adjustments to my slide layout here. Version history. See if we can go back 3 minutes ago. Restore. That might be my version before I ran Copilot. But some interesting things that they're working on, including that present live. So create a presentation with top 10 keyboard shortcuts for Mac OS. I love keyboard shortcuts. I haven't tried this one.
On Copilot.
Yeah, on Copilot. But
Yeah.
it would be an interesting one to see if they get the keyboard shortcut characters correct, because the Mac keyboard shortcuts have like really unique fonts from a standpoint of what you press for Control, Option, and Command.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, looks like they've got at least a couple Command. They're using the words as opposed to the icon or the shortcuts. But the shortcuts for many of those are shown here in the pull-down menus. So like this kind of infinity loop for zooming in, zooming out, that is the command key. So besides the word command, you could also use that icon to represent that keyboard shortcut. I know in Camtasia, Teresa showed me that it has all of the keyboard shortcuts as something that you can put in as overlays, which I thought was pretty neat. But here we've got 10 slides, it looks like. Yep. With plenty of suggestions on opening the emojis and symbols. This takes a screenshot on a Mac of the entire screen. If you have multiple screens, this takes a screenshot of everything. So it's the equivalent of the Windows key print screen on Windows. Last closed tab in Safari. So lots of different use cases for Copilot.
And
with
again,
that,
yeah, we're up on the hour now then. So it's generating a lot more slides now for things like that.
Yeah.
11 slides there. So they're after giving more resources over to it, I think.
Yeah, and I've been playing around with presenting live more often than I used to. So this allows people to connect to your PowerPoint while it's live. And then once they connect with their phones, they can choose the language they want. So instead of English, I could change it to Spanish as the subtitles, Indonesian. There's a whole list of languages, but it allows me to customize the language that I'm seeing on my phone.
Okay.
So we've got that as well.
Okay. So next week, I've got Arun Ramasazi on, and he's going to do some stuff. Like he done some stuff on Azure load balancing. So he's going to follow on with the second part of that. So hopefully that will be next week. And so I'll probably do some more stuff on Copilot, maybe with Excel or something like that, or we'll see how we go. So thanks everybody for joining us. Back here again next week, same time. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.